Today is episode 160 of Look What Just Found. And every once in a while, lately, right? Because I never even heard of cherry pick rolls before the past, let's say, month and a half. And this guy right here only takes out wheat cents and key and semi-key dates, which you might not even find one in a box or two boxes. So, and maybe you might find one wheat every 20 or 100 rolls. So I'm not really that interested, especially since I found so many good things. So I really don't know what it is about his rolls. Why does this feel like is he overpacking them? Let me see. Yeah, there's no way he's overpacking them. No. This guy's a he's not a super I think he's like an old school cherry picker, you know. Um yeah, you see, if there was no copper in here, I would just end the video. I'll be honest with you. But this guy leaves. I mean, I can't look how much copper he's left in here. I can't even believe this, man. He's on another level. Like he's like, yo, this is what I want. I don't care about nothing else. And I respect that, man. I respect that. I respect that. You know. And honestly, I'm grateful because he's at my bank. He's at my main bank, and if he's gonna leave errors and copper in the rolls, and I see that in the E, man. That's super interesting. And the F, it's got something going on with the die strike. Yeah, I'll hold on to that. You know, that's a wicked double die right there. It's just in this corrosion. Check this out. Oh, it's hard to see with the light on. There's a big circle around it too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that. I'm not letting that double die go. Too close. No white AM. So we still haven't found. Oh, yeah. See, this type of stuff is just a little too cool. I've never seen shapes like that before. That's not typical for road rash. That's something else. I don't know what it is, but I mean, these things are super cool. And we have our first copper. He don't care. Oh, look at that. Yeah, he don't care about 82s. Look at that, man. He don't care about doubling, die chips, strike throughs. He don't care about, man. Good. That's a winner. The other ones were interesting. Someone even might pay $1 or $2 for the other ones. Here we go, man. So, yeah, this guy's a special type of cherry picker. I mean, honestly, from what I'm seeing here, okay, yeah, it's too shiny. It's throwing the camera out of whack. From what I can see, I wouldn't be surprised if he can go through a roll and just put the whole thing straight back in, man. Wow. What year is this? 87? Yeah, that's crazy machine doubling there. That's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. It's hiding behind the dirt, man. This is crazy how it's hiding behind the dirt. All right. I'm actually gonna wipe because this is I'm gonna clean this one. Not right now, obviously, but I'm gonna take the dirt off. So I don't think that's considered cleaning when you just remove debris. But I want to show you. I have I should have made well too late. I removed some of the dirt. Did I put it someplace else? Let me look at this under the loop. So my theory is that there's something in the dirt, and it looks like I either there was nothing there, right, or I just moved it over to where I thought the error was. So I'm cleaning it a little bit better. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, either those are little, I don't know, dye chips, or they're just clean spots. But irregardless, I gotta know. All right, and it'll just take too much time for me to do a good job of cleaning it right now. So for the past couple days, I've been doing it's mm, I've been doing the 2 roll second copper, penny roll hunt, And because I've been moving a little faster, or there's been less to look at, you know, depending on how you want to look at it. Yeah, like that error we found yesterday was crazy, man. For some reason, I don't think that die clash fits exactly the mold of a dime. It looks like a flame. Like I'm pretty certain it's a flame. It might be a weak die clash there. Nothing on the obverse. Another copper? Yeah, nice. What's that? I've seen that before, man. Those little lines above Liberty. Yeah, right. Gonna look at that in a second. 61D. So this is a bronze. I will weigh this one. It's bronze, right? I say this every time I mention bronze cent because I got asked a couple times in the comments. Why do you say it's bronze if it's 95%? 2.98. Oh man, close but no cigar. But it's still pretty low. Let me do a tear on it. Yeah, 2.98. Close. I mean, it's under 3. You know, a lot of people like the under 3, the 2s. What was it I was looking at? Oh yeah, let me look at that under. So I'm always noticing interesting things. And I don't know if you noticed it when I noticed it. But of course, that looks like the sign of Christ, or one of the symbols that we use. The fish, people put them on bumper stickers. As soon as I saw it, and it looks so deliberate. I mean, it's too tiny. I don't, you know, I think it's just post mint damage, you know. But I can't believe how much it looks like the fish. Thought that was pretty cool. 61. Yeah, so it's because it has tin, right? That's what makes a copper penny bronze is the another 5% that is typically zinc is a mixture of zinc and tin. That's my understand. I mean, that's what it says in all the websites that talk about coins. 19. See, this guy leaves all his copper in, man. So he leaves the copper in. He leaves the errors in. So I'm cool with that. But this will be our first fine penny. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool. It's cool to find wheat scents. And I remember doing the error hunt through the unsearched wheat scent rolls, which you can see. I'm gonna weigh this one. That's super gold looking. Um, I always see these, and they I keep these. I love that gold color. 307. Off camera looks less goldish. I think I'm just gonna put this into. Oh, hold on a second. It has a nice a slight. Oh, it has a slight bend, and it has a slight rotated die in the reverse. I'll show you how I check them. Yes, you can put it up against the mirror. Uh, yes, you can. There's a bunch of ways, but on camera, this is the easiest way to do it. Just make sure the liberty and the date are uh, perpendicular at that point, and then then when you go there, you can tell it's very slightly. Oh, maybe a little bit more than slightly, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna put this into as our first. Huh. Let me just check that. Nah. Oh wow. I mean, you really can't tell. That's the problem. Put that as our first AU. 99. No white AM. Yeah, I don't think he's taken any of the copper out unless it's a wheat scent. I mean, I'm relatively certain. Certain. I'm relatively certain. Hmm. Things that make you go, this guy don't know English. I'm pretty certain. Jess, that's not how you say certain. You said certain. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. You in the school and you. Ah, think about that one for a while. That's my grandfather used to tell me. You in the school and you. I'm telling you, when you got like you might a lot of people don't consider Puerto Rico to be a foreign country or anything like that. If you go back a long time, it's basically a foreign country. And anyway, and they don't consider themselves Americans. they call this the United States, and they what Estados Unidos. Anyway, my point is this: my family from back in the day. I have a picture of my grandmother with like I might have told this story already on a with a I think it was like the shed to the back in the back of her house or a family member's house that she was visiting when they took a picture of her, black and white, and it had like I don't know about what's that called, like palm or coconut leaf um, roof. Me straight out of Gilligan's Island, man. It's one of my favorite pictures. Of course, one is because she's my grandmother, and the other is because it's just unbelievable that within, I guess at this, no, it's not 100 years. Yes, it was taken in the 40s picture. So that only 80 years ago, um, that a place like Puerto Rico, some people were living like they were on Gilligan's Island. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. I don't know what got me into that thought process. Something about the I don't know. Could be something about the coin roll hunter. Oh, that's a beauty. A nice misaligned die too. And we found a few AU pennies that he left in here. Nothing. No. It's a nice tilted hub, huh? I wish it would have caused some nice doubling. I mean, maybe now it's a little bit different over there in Puerto Rico, but I know that 20 years ago, that's how it was. 40 years ago, when I was a kid, my uncle used to tell me that he would just go out there and people left their doors open. You just knock on someone's door and you could just stay with them for a while. That's how it was like 40 years ago. Um, but 20 years ago, when I was there, um, you know, it was still, even if you were Spanish, you were considered they called you a New York Rican or a gringo. And if you said, I remember telling them, what are you talking about, man? This is part of America. They said, no, it's not. And if you didn't know, if even though they all knew English, more or less, most of them knew English. If you didn't speak Spanish, you can put it like this: you could talk to them in English, and they respond to you in Spanish. So they that used to trip me out, man. You say, hey, how much does this cost? And they'd be like, 225. Okay. You'd be like, oh, how do I get to San Juan? Oh, coge la izquierda a la esquina ahí y va pa. You know what I mean? So they know what but they wouldn't speak. And I was like, oof, that would kind of upset me, I guess, because, I was like, why are you doing that for? And they're not doing it. I don't think it was conscious. Like, oh, I'm gonna piss this guy off. You know what I mean? I don't think it was like that. I think it was more like a cultural thing. Um, yeah, I think it was more a cultural thing. If you've never been to Puerto Rico, man, oh, that's nice. That's nice doubling in the A of America. I'll look at that underneath the loop in a second. Let me see. It's probably machine doubling. Yeah. If it was stronger, I'd keep it. What year is it? 2007. Yes, it's too weak to keep. You go to the rainforest. You got to make sure that it's going to be open though. Like if you're going there specifically for certain attractions, you need to call ahead. You need to call ahead to make sure they're open. I think if I remember correctly, last time me and my wife went there, the Kamui Caves. Oh, that's cool, man. Let me check this out real quick. See if there's any. Oh, this is it's close. Hold on. I'm not too crazy on the machine doubling. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is super cool. I mean, I'm gonna put it with the other tilted hub. If where's it at? Is this it here? Or is this it? Is this the tilted hub from before? Yeah, that's it. I'll put it with that one. Um, that's basically what it is. Yeah, you can see it very similar. What you want is to have a tilted hub, and it causes these super duper ultra clear, um, feature doubling. In that case, it was not, but you can see the doubling. Look at that D. And that talk about misplaced, huh? Last year of the that it was punched on the die, they just left it. It's a little too low. Is it out of tolerance? Probably not, but yeah. So so the Kamui caves were closed. I was a little bummed out about that. Um, because I went there when I was younger, and super cool. You get on this like little like a tram or something. A tram. It's like a train. These little carts that are connected to each other, and they go down the hill and they go into the caves. It's pretty wild. We did do the Agua Dia, the which was partially closed, and I think they're gonna totally close it soon. If I remember correctly, like when we were there, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're closing it soon." Like they're not gonna fix it. I'm saying. So at least my wife got to see that before it was gone. But you used to be able to. I'm gonna look at that, make sure that's not some crazy whatever. Graffiti. Looks like graffiti almost, right? It's not, but it looks like it. There's a die chip on the M in America. What year? 63. There's a double dining. It's funny because I went to the other side and I was like, that's some interesting stuff here. I don't think there's any good doubling on the obverse to warrant even thinking that this might be, maybe a little bit, man. But so, but it does have the chip. It does have the little die chip there. I don't, is there any doubling here? Yeah, I don't think so. Found the little die chip. Yeah, so she got to see that, but I was a little disappointed that, you used to be able to walk over the bridge, man, and be over, like, well, whatever it was, hundreds of, at least 100 or a couple 100 feet from the bottom of the uh the satellite, the satellite dish, telescope dish. I'll look at that in a second. Yeah, that was super duper cool, man. I like the image on the rim also. um so it has a cool image on the rim that's a little different, and then it has that, I don't know, strike throughish image right there. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And of course, the beaches, you have to be careful in some of the beaches. I mean, I guess if you stay in the real touristy ones, you're okay. But they have like, there's this they have these beaches on the West Coast. One of them is called, what is it, Awadaka, and there's man, they got a cave there that you can walk in. It's crazy, man. It's crazy over there. I'm not sure if they closed the cave down too, because I remember I went there also. I think the cave was closed with my wife, but they have the craziest riptides, and because the like you can go out a certain distance and be standing, and all of a sudden that's what I remember. That's what they told me years and years and years ago. They said don't go swimming, and we went swimming anyway, up to our waist. There was no one there. There's no lifeguards, and super cool. You could when you park the car, you park in like the divider between the parking lot and the beach is coconut trees. I mean, how cool is that? You have to be careful with coconut trees also. If there's coconuts up there, if a coconut drops from a high distance, it hits just it's gonna really mess you up. Uh, high probability there's a high probability you won't survive from a coconut hit. You see broken windows all over the place. That's from people. The last time we were there, I got to be honest, though, I saw a lot less coconuts. Coconut trees. A lot less coconut trees. They did a lot of commercializing. I saw a lot of the landscape was gone. Like on the number two. The number two is the highway that goes all around Puerto Rico. And I remembered like a lot more vegetation, you know, a lot more. And a lot of that was gone. I was like, wow, has this changed? I mean, like I said, it was like 20 years or, yeah, like 21 years since the last time I was there. Yeah, this guy leaves all the copper, man. God bless him. If not, this be a big waste of time, you know. I see that doubling in the other, whatever, something with the die in the two. Which has, you know, has two. It's a double-sided blade, you know. In one sense. So this is the 82 copper large date from Philadelphia. And here goes another. I mean, still super beautiful. They got all these little restaurants on the sides of cliffs. Um, that you can look, you eat, you eat and you look over the side and you're staring at the beach. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out there. It's great. The beauty is just, you know, I get, my understanding is, the closest thing to it is, which I've never been to, like Malta, Greece, you know, Sicily, so but I don't know how long it takes to get to Greece or, that whole Mediterranean area. So if you're in the States, 2, 3, I mean, if you're in Florida, it's a half-hour trip, 45 minutes, but it's quick. It's 90 miles to Cuba, right? From the Keys. I'm gonna check that out. That's an interesting, I don't know, slight misaligned die with tilted hub. I like how it's in the letters like that. What year is this? 2019. Did not cause any doubling. It has no value, but you have to take a look at it, because if it does cause doubling, then it's, might be able to get a few bucks for it. Okay, here's another one. This one has an error on the rim. Let me see. Let's look at the edge. What year is this? 86. All right, let's look at that rim. Okay, now the letters. Move this up. Of course, San Juan's beautiful. Going to, there's 3 forts there. One of them is the small one that not many people go to, but there's the 2 big ones, Moro and the other one, El Moro. And oh, you walk a lot, man. You gotta You do a lot of walking, that's for sure. You go to Puerto Rico for vacation. A lot of bugs, and the sound of at night almost doesn't matter where you are. Even if there's a small patch of grass, you're gonna hear the little frogs called coquis, and they're singing all night long. It's like a little whistle. And forget about it, man. It's just super cool. Super duper cool. And they speak, and more people are openly speaking English now. Like responding in English. Like I said, that was before. That was 21 years ago that they were not doing that. Not even, yeah. So I was at 21, and then I was there, I think, one time before that, like 24 years ago, like in 1990. Yeah, 25 years ago, 99 or something like that, 98. And then they forget if nobody spoke to you in English, unless maybe it was like a travel agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even remember at the car dealership, uh, not the car dealership, the rental place 25 years ago, and they spoke to you in Spanish. I was like, what are they doing, man? My Spanish wasn't that good, still not that good, so. But it's not like that anymore. They're all speaking English now. Car rent to the hotels, like you talk to them in English, they talk to you back in English. So that's, if you're a foreigner, that's cool. If you're a hardcore, native, maybe you don't want the change. You know what I mean? I think to make any money into I think tourism is really a big thing over there. So 1992. I found the close AM. I found a close AM. I'm just kidding. You can't even tell. Oh man. So there were a couple good eras, not too many. Bunch of copper. Bunch of copper. I'm gonna be leaning towards, right. So 100 pennies. If you got 20, I don't know if we got 20. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. Oh yeah, we got about 20. So there was about 20% copper that he left in. Of course, there's that little bit of feeling like, what did he take out? You know? But again, there's a part of me that feels he he just put the whole thing back in. It goes another tilted hub. That's a nice one. Maybe I'll put this with the other two for the video. Has a slight die clash in it. But no good doubling, as you can see. All right. All righty, Roo. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who stood here to the end of the video. um, oh, forget about it. If everyone stood to the end of the video, that would help out tremendously with the I call it the algorithm. revenue, the whole 9 yards, you know. Um, all right, so please click like and subscribe. And God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Man, those two. I mean, hold on a second. Let's do this the right way. See? I did nothing to my hair today. Nothing. Nothing. Didn't comb it, wash it, nothing. And whoop, Jess is good. Good to go. Yeah, so the 2 rolls, I had 45 minutes. It used to take like an hour before. So somehow I got either that or there's less in the cherry picker rolls. There's less things to look at. So, but I think yesterday's was an hour. I think there was a lot of good stuff in those other rolls. I don't have a problem with that. You know, it's interesting. Like I said, this guy leaves all the copper. So thank you. Also, if you stood here to the end and you listened to my Puerto Rico stories, yes, I'm part Puerto Rican. I was taken there first time when I was a baby, and then the next time I went there was as an adult, like 25 years old, I think, and then I went again when I was 30, and then 20 years later with my wife. So that was nice. Probably go back again, maybe a couple of times. But if you've never been there before, the rainforest, the caves, um, beaches, I mean, the beaches is what it's all about. You can see your feet, you see the little fish swimming around your toes. I mean, for such a close distance, and the tickets are so cheap, there's just, you can't beat it, you know. The prices there are reasonable. We stood right on the beach, got up, and, you know, hearing the waves and stuff. Man, it's for your psychic energy, man. That stuff is so calming and it's unbelievable. So thank you if you stood and you listened to that. And then lastly, I like to say God bless to Marte and his wife Minnie. I wish him the best from my heart. I hope everything turns out well. I know what it's like to have serious medical issues. So I'm praying for you. All right. And I'll see you in episode 163.